At 30 years old, Marcus had nothing. No job, no savings, no home. The business he spent 5 years building, gone. The relationship he thought would last forever, over. And the worst part? Everyone around him had moved on. Friends were buying houses, getting promotions, starting families, while Marcus was sleeping on his brother's couch, wondering if the best years of his life were already behind him. Maybe you know that feeling, that quiet, suffocating fear that you've fallen too far behind to ever catch up. This is the story of what happened next. Marcus grew up in a small town with big dreams. By 27, he'd done everything right. He launched a logistics company with 2 partners. Within a year, they had contracts, employees, and momentum. People called him a natural. He believed them. But success has a way of hiding cracks. His partners were burning cash faster than it came in. Expenses were buried, decisions were rushed. And Marcus, trusting, optimistic Marcus, didn't ask enough questions. By the time he saw the financial statements clearly, it was over. The company folded in a single month. He lost his salary, his investment, his identity. And in the silence that followed, a voice in his head said something dangerous. You are not good enough. You never were. For 6 months, Marcus did nothing. And then, one morning, something small happened. He picked up a book. Not a business book. Not a self-help guide. A biography. The story of a man who had lost everything 3 times before building something that lasted. And Marcus read one sentence that changed him. The fall was not the end of the story. It was the beginning of the real one. He put the book down. And for the first time in months, he cried. Not from sadness, from relief. Because he realized something. Losing everything had not disqualified him from success. It had educated him in a way no business school ever could. He knew now exactly what not to do. He understood people, pressure, and partnership in a way his 27-year-old self never could have. The failure wasn't a verdict. It was tuition. So Marcus made a decision. Not a dramatic announcement. No motivational speech to himself in the mirror. Just a quiet, firm decision. He would start again. Smaller. Smarter. Alone. He started a one-man consulting firm. No office, no staff, no investors. Just his experience, a laptop, and the hard-won knowledge of what makes a business break. His first client paid him $500. He treated that $500 like it was $500,000. He delivered more than was asked. He showed up earlier than expected. He stayed later than necessary, and word spread. Not through advertising, not through viral social media posts, through the oldest marketing in the world, trust. Within 18 months, he had a waiting list. By year 3, he had a team of 12. By year 5, Marcus crossed $1 million in revenue. Not with a big idea, not with funding, not with luck, with consistency, integrity, and the lessons only failure can teach. Here's what Marcus wants you to know. The most dangerous lie society tells you is this, that there is a timeline for success, that by 25 you should have direction, by 30 you should have arrived, by 35, if you haven't made it, you never will. That is a lie. Some of the greatest stories in human history began in the ruins of the worst chapters. Marcus lost everything at 30 and built a $1 million life by 35. Not because he was special, but because he refused to let the worst chapter of his story be the last one. So, if you are sitting in your own version of that empty apartment tonight, if you feel behind, broken, or forgotten by the world, Remember this. The fall is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of the real one. Your chapter is still being written. Don't put down the pen. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs it tonight. Subscribe to NexGen Vision for stories like this every week. Because wisdom changes lives, and your best chapter is still ahead.